We have a big audience tonight. Hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Venture Starters. Hello.
Hello,
Great
Mark.
to see everybody. So many familiar faces and new faces. Welcome back.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
I'm a new face.
All right, new faces. All new faces. The key to our event is everybody needs to be on mute, by the way, in order for our events to work really well.
Thank
So we really appreciate it if everybody will go on mute. I'm going to actually push the mute button, and hopefully Clock Manager, you're on mute also, just FYI. I don't know if that makes a difference to hearing the clock. All right, hello, we're getting ready, everybody, and we're gonna have a very big crowd tonight. We had a tremendous turnout. Now, we don't get everybody who registers. We're a free event, and being a free event, doesn't cost anybody to register and then not attend. But our registration was one of the highest we've had in a month or so, and I especially would like to thank the volunteers. We had people that volunteered this last week. And if it wasn't for you all volunteers, we wouldn't have been able to attract, we almost have 200 people in the room, and we're a couple minutes into this event. So, this is amazing to me that we can keep doing this every Wednesday. I just want to thank the volunteers, and individually, I don't know exactly what you all did. I do know that you did volunteer, and for the rest of you, volunteering means simply clicking on our event notification on LinkedIn and registering, and then inviting your first connections to our event. It's really simple. It doesn't take too much time. You can invite 10 of your friends or connections, or 1,000. You can do 1,000 per week. LinkedIn actually is trying to get more action going on the event side. So, and quite frankly, you can pick people you don't even know, total strangers. We don't know who's going to know who or be interested in the startup world. And we're just trying to, find the right people to join our community, and that's why we're already over 200 people in the room. So I want to, and I may get some of your names mispronounced as I try and go through this list really quickly, and I apologize in advance. Dr. Crystal Vitello, David Hirschfeld, Bridget L. Smith, Vishal Sharma, Dr. Cass Shuck, Crystal Abbott, Jason Nightingale, Vijay Palmar, Dina Scott Doherty, Joris Magenti, Meta Meride, Anu Shelters, Ray Pedden, Andre Krupnov, Breck Rice, Dan Purdy, who is with Inc. 5000, which has business resources, and Zach Varkaris. Thank you to all of you who volunteered. It really did make a difference in getting everybody here and finding some new people to come. We have a lot of new folks that are also interested in joining startup teams, that would be interested in being a co-founder or playing a role as an advisor or being involved on a startup team. So for those of you who are going to pitch tonight, remember that there's a lot of amazing talent in the room. So if you need somebody to help you, or you need more than one person to help you, reach out, let everybody know. Maybe you need somebody to head up software development or prototyping or helping you to raise money or whatever it is that you need. There's a lot of people who are attending tonight who are interested in trying to find a startup that they would be interested in joining. So the whole idea behind Venture Starters is we're a networking event. If you haven't been to our event before, open up the chat. That's where everything happens. If you'd like to pitch tonight, go to the reaction button and look for the hand raise. In some of your apps that are older Zoom apps, it'll show the hand raise somewhere else. But essentially, digitally raise your hand. That's how you get in the queue. There's no other way to get in the queue. Now, we're going to stop the event in 2 hours. And if some of you are still in the queue, I just apologize in advance. We can take your name down and see if we can maybe get you into the next event. But I don't want to keep the events going more than 2 hours. I think that's just best for us. We do this every single week. So the idea is keep coming back, getting known, start to meet people. The more people you know, the better. Who you know is critical. So now that we've got, 126 in the room, and then it's going to grow because it usually maxes out with our participants in about 5 or 10 minutes. My name is Mark November, for those of you who don't know me. My family pays 100% of all the costs to host these events so that we can do this for free and make it free to everybody, free to attend and free to pitch. Hopefully we'll have some sponsors in the future, but at the moment, my family has decided this is a good thing and we want to continue to do it. Our goal is to unleash startups that are stuck or need a helping hand by connecting them to investors that attend, or talented people that want to join startup teams, or talented people that know how to help provide services to startups that they need. Venture starters. We are the people that start ventures. We invest in ventures. We support ventures. Over 10,000 LinkedIn members have been part of our community and attended our events. Imagine that. We just started in August. We're not even a year old and we've had 10,000 people involved. Our event works best if everybody will stay on mute unless you're speaking. So please try and stay on mute. When we have so many people in the room at one time, it's really easy for the event to get out of control with one microphone open, and that we have to figure out who you are to try and turn you off if you're not doing it on your own. So please be responsible and try very hard to keep your microphone on mute. For the people who just joined, again, my name is Mark November. You can look me up on LinkedIn. This entire community was built on LinkedIn. So the way you'll be able to find out information about the vast majority of you is finding those folks that you want to connect with on LinkedIn. You can follow me. I unfortunately have way over 30,000 first connections. I'm 31,000 something. So you can only follow me. I can't add you as a first connection, but you can subscribe to my newsletter, or you could go to the Venture Starters company page and also subscribe to the newsletter there as well. And it's another way to stay involved in the communications. If you want to pitch and you're just arriving, raise your hand digitally. Go to the reaction button and look for the hand raise. You only have 2 minutes, and we instituted last week a 2-minute clock, which I see in the top left-hand corner of my screen right now. And we would love it if everybody who wants to talk tonight, you will limit yourself to 2 minutes. At the 30-second mark, there's going to be the first sound, like a ding, and that means wrap it up here, because we really want to keep the event moving, quickly, get as many people in as possible. We are not going to do a question and answer period after each of the pitches today. And the reason for that is we have a pent-up demand of people wanting to pitch. So I want to get as many people in tonight as possible to pitch. We'll do a question and answer version maybe next week or later. I'm not sure when, but let's see how tonight's event goes. If I introduce you and I mispronounce your name, correct me. It happens. I'm sorry. I'm not the best at picking up everybody's name. It's not intentional. Again, those who are just arriving, please open up the chat. It's the place to be. That's where all the communications take place. Please do not spam our chat. A couple of messages is enough. Those of you in our community who've been with me for a long time know that we're trying to also make the chat work for everybody. So if you see somebody who is abusing the chat, please, you feel free to reach out to them directly and let them know that they're being too aggressive. Okay, we have to sort of self-police ourselves when we have an audience of this large of a size. The rules of our event are really simple. They're the same as they've always been, which is play nice, be nice. We're trying to be a community of people. We're not trying that focuses on the positive. We're not looking to embarrass anybody publicly. If you have something you want to share directly with the founder because you see a flaw or you have constructive criticism, which we welcome, please reach out to them through the chat directly. You don't have to put something that might be embarrassing on the chat for everybody to see. If you want to say something nice and cheerlead them along, that definitely put on the chat for everybody to see. So I just want the good vibrations, the Beach Boys sort of song in my head as I say that. want that our event to be that. If you're looking for the Shark Tank type of an event, that's not us. Go somewhere else. It isn't what we do. There's plenty of great events actually for that. Again, I want to thank the volunteers, those who are just arriving. I mentioned you if you missed earlier, and in the chat will be a list of all the people who volunteered last week. I would love it if we can get volunteers again for next week. We will put in our chat the link to the next week's event that you can click on, and then you can register, and then you can invite as many of your first connections as possible. If you let us know that you're doing this, we will be glad to sing your praises. As you may have seen, I have shared all of our volunteers in our newsletters in one of our email blasts to everybody earlier today. And I just read off the list of everybody just a few minutes ago. I so appreciate our volunteers. So if you like to volunteer, you can volunteer directly through here, and we'll look at all of the people who claim that they want to volunteer in the chat. But even better for me, if you can go to mark@venturestarters.com and send me an email and say you'd like to volunteer. It's easier for me to see that you're actually interested in doing it. The chat moves so quick, it's sometimes hard for us to pick up everybody. If we missed anybody who had volunteered last week and you weren't on the list, I sincerely apologize. It was not intentional. Next Wednesday is another open pitch night. But the following Wednesday, my family, we're going on vacation, and we're not going to do anything the week before Memorial Day. So that Wednesday, we're going to go dark. So there will be one Wednesday, and then the following Wednesday, we'll be back up and running again right after Memorial Day. But there is going to be one Wednesday coming up that we're just not going to do an event. On Thursdays, if you are interested in doing a 5-minute pitch with a deck and essentially a longer Q&A, which is not our format, I highly recommend Startup Right. I'm guessing Anna and or Nick are in the audience. Please just look for their information in the chat. Somebody will probably put it in there. It's a very nice group of people. I highly recommend it. Also coming up is the Investability Workshop, which AJ Mirabadini is doing. And this is a free event. It's on a Saturday. I believe it's on May 20th. My guess is if AJ is in the room, he will be happy to put up all the information there. I recorded some of my comments that he's going to have, so I'm part of the event. But please look into that. It's free, and quite frankly, a lot of you who come and pitch at our events, you're not as investable as you think you are, and you benefit from hearing some wisdom and hearing some of the feedback that you'll get from that event. And then again, those who might be just arriving now or late, if you want to get into the queue to speak, although I already see we're probably over how many we can do, you have to do the digital hand raise. We are going to stop the event in 2 hours approximately here. All right. Those are all the opening. Oh, one last comment. I don't know everybody that's here. All right, we got 250 in the room. I'm so excited. I don't know everybody that is attending, so there could be some bad apples. When you have 250 people in any kind of an event, there's a possibility that there's 1 in 100 or 1 in 250 that isn't necessarily the right person. So, be cautious, because you're meeting people in an open to the public event, and I can't be responsible for what happens. So that's all I want to say on that. We're all mature, and everybody's an adult in here. You can handle yourself. We're going to get started with one of my favorite people, who's our #1 person to pitch. I want to introduce everybody to Yanni. I've been working with Yanni and Yanni's wife for about a month now. It's actually been a fabulous experience. And Yanni, take it away.
Well, thank you, Mark. Everybody on the platform tonight, you need to thank this man. What Jody and I have experienced in the last month has just been nothing short of transformational. We've embraced him when he put the offer out to help us look for board members to help raise additional capital and fill out the holes that we have in our leadership. And literally in 4 days of doing that, we had over 380 applicants in that time frame. And I'm talking, there's like some serious global players in this that we would have never been exposed to. So Mark is magic. I don't know how he does it and keeps up with the energy that he has, but I look forward to, the time that we spend together, and hopefully, in the next couple of weeks, we'll have some major news to share. So let's all give Mark just an amazing round of applause. So we're very grateful for that. So
thank you. That's so nice.
So I'd like to share. So what if you got paid to stay at a hotel for doing your part to make a greener planet? Hotels globally are scrambling to reduce energy costs and carbon footprint to achieve a net zero emission economy by 2050. Properties have limited options that don't require massive investments, invasive renovations, and prolonged closures until now. I'm Yanni Darros, CEO and co-founder of CircPlus, a PropTech innovation company with intelligent automation and robotics that reduces energy costs, lower carbon emissions, and addresses labor shortages with plug-and-play technology. We deliver turnkey enterprise smart room systems that can retrofit in 60 minutes or less with no downtime and no lost revenue, reducing energy costs by up to 40%. We will be the first solution that gamifies the hotel experience by incentivizing guests to play a role in reducing both the hotel's carbon footprint and their own. We will create a Circ-enabled properties that will issue carbon rewards on the backbone of blockchain. So ESG credits are going to be massive business. Most properties will have to buy credits to meet their goals by 2035. Wouldn't it be amazing if you could sell your credits that you receive for saving them money? Working with Mark, fill out the rest of the company. Who wants on our rocket ship? We raised $2.7 million to date, $3 million round, $500,000 already committed. Join us today, invest, and together with CircPlus, we can do our part to deliver a sustainable and greener future for all. Thank you.
Thanks, Yanni. All right, up next is Alan.
Mark, you are a rock star. You are a living legend. Thank you so much for doing this. I'm Alan Brunton, co-founder, CEO of Simetrax Incorporated. Over 5 billion people listen to digital audio every single day. Did you know that white noise is in all digital audio? White noise puts people to sleep. That's what we have created, is software technology that will take out white noise volume of any digital audio, that will also allow you to be able to raise your cognitive function, highlighting specific frequencies that have been found in clinical trial laboratories of MIT, Johns Hopkins, Harvard, and also reducing without changing the quality. We just completed one trial with the Department of Communication Science and Disease at James Madison University, showing the positive response of our technology for PTSD and for autism. We just also completed a entrepreneur accelerator course with Wharton College, came in second place with their pitch competition. Very proud of that. My chief technology officer owns and operates a 20-year-old cybersecurity company, Eduardo Contreras and Alcon DTS. We're ready to go to market. We just need some other people to come on. We're looking for a $1 million seed fund to get us running, but I would love to be able to talk to anybody that has any ideas. Our main focus right now is going after education, online education, and corporate training. That is where the money is being spent. So please give me a shout. I'll put the information into the chat just in a second, and looking forward to talking and meeting with everyone. Thanks again, Mark, and thanks to all the volunteers.
Yeah, totally. I agree. Thank you, Alan. Again, thanks to all the volunteers. You all help make this community also what it is. And all of you who keep showing up, you make it what it is. Thanks, Alan. Up next is Sharak.
Yep. Hi. So I'm Sharak, founder of Zarya. So the idea of Zarya comes from the market of print on demand. So a couple of years ago, I was trying to customize a shirt. You see, I like shirts online. So the problem with that is that print on demand platforms allow you to pick a silhouette, but then they will ask you to create a design or provide a design or work with a designer to get that shirt customized. So this gave me the idea of automating pattern print design. So what we do is automate pattern print design for the fashion industry. We figured out that 36% of consumers face this problem. And the problem with print design is very expensive and it takes a long time for the designer to create a print. So we're automating it with an image generating AI that creates these designs in seconds rather than hours, reducing the cost of the print and making it easy for everyone to get a unique design. Our team is split in between Vancouver and Seattle. We're on the market, our MVP is live. We're going for some pre-sales and letters of intent from our first customers. And we're raising 1.1 US at a 4 million pre-money cap. I think that's it for me. Thank you, Mark.
All right. Short and sweet. Thank you. Up next is Mohammed. Oh, by the way, meet everybody in the chat afterwards. So those of you who pitch, go to the chat, put your information in there so people who are intrigued by what you said will reach out to you. I forgot to mention that earlier.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mark. So research indicates that numerous cloud adoption projects fail. Reasons for these failures may include going over budget, delays in timelines, scalability challenges, or security concerns. A closer look at successful cloud projects reveal that they are designed by experienced cloud professionals who perform extensive research and develop comprehensive solutions. But how long does this process take? It could range from a few weeks to several months. Hello, I am Mohammed Tahir, CEO and founder of Kaizen Cloud. With the rich experience of over 20 years in the software industry, I have co-founded a fintech company that went public and served as a senior solutions architect at AWS, where I assisted their partners in designing cloud-native solutions. From my observations, one of the primary causes of failed cloud adoption projects is the absence of skilled cloud professionals within the teams. But finding cloud professionals can be challenging, and hiring them can be expensive. So should we passively watch our projects fail? I think we can all do better than that. Now imagine an affordable solution your existing development team can use to provide enterprise-grade cloud infrastructures in just a few minutes. Customers who adopted Accelerator have experienced a competitive advantage with faster time to market, increased developer productivity, and cost savings of up to 80%. Thanks to Accelerator's built-in security, monitoring, and scalability features, customers can focus on their growing business without worrying about architecting infrastructures. Our ambitious goal is to be the cloud center of excellence for technology startups, helping them harness the full potential of the cloud. However, we cannot achieve this ambitious goal on our own. Our vision, coupled with your invaluable investment, will pave the way for us to revolutionize the industry and make a lasting impact. Currently, we're looking for $1 million in pre-seed funding and looking for co-founder as well. So reach me on LinkedIn. I'll be happy to connect. Thank you.
Great. All right. Up next is Tom. Good to see Tom with his smiling face and great enthusiasm as always.
Yeah, it's great to be back.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. Oh, my apologies. If for those of you who don't know, and if you open up the participants, you'll see the order that everybody raised their hand, and that's the order I'm going in, starting from the top going down. So I get why if I use a name like Tom, there might be multiple Toms in the queue. You'll have to keep an eye on where you're actually in the real queue. Sorry about that, Tom Brady. Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
I'm Vice President of Business Development for Flow Pharma. That's FLOW space PHARMA. We are a cancer therapeutics company based in Cleveland, Ohio. We have 10 issued patents with several more pending and 10 scientific articles validating our discovery and AI targeting of cancers that are of great concern, primarily the triple negative breast cancer disease, which is a death sentence, unfortunately, for women in less than 5 years. So we've taken this on and partnered with the Cleveland Clinic, who came and visited our facility at Thanksgiving of last year, and they had endorsed our process to discover formulations that we produce in our laboratory. This is all dry powder technology, and it is the single reason why the Department of Defense awarded us 2 contracts for Ebola vaccine and Marburg vaccine. Marburg is basically a weaponized form of Ebola. So we are highly desirable by the Defense Department, and we are making money. We are raising $6 million currently at a valuation of $27 million. We've received grant funding from SBIR, from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and we have an investment bank in Cleveland named Carlton McKenna, and I would be happy to forward our newest deck to anyone who wants to support the clinical trial. Today, we received 2 contracts from King Faisal Hospital in Saudi Arabia. It's the largest cancer hospital in the kingdom. And I can be reached on LinkedIn, and I can be reached via email, tbrady@flowpharma.com. Thank you so much, Mark, for this wonderful forum.
Thanks, Tom. And I've spent time with Tom. I really encourage investors in the room to at least connect with Tom and spend a few minutes looking at what he's doing. Thank you. Up next is Rajiv.
Great to be here. Thank you so much for the opportunity, Mark. Hi, everyone. Usually you hear me talk about reputation management and how we're super successful at erasing anything from the internet, like scandal and bad reviews. Today, I'd like to mix it up and talk about our SaaS product called Lily Launch Tools. Lily Launch Tools was developed after speaking to hundreds of marketers who were trying to get to market quickly and realizing that they were stumbling because of several reasons, like miscommunication between the product launch, nobody understanding their strategy, the team not being aligned correctly, and several other reasons. So keeping all those pain points in mind, we developed Lily Launch Tools. In fact, the thinking that drives Lily Launch Tools helped a client achieve $1 extra billion at launch. That was a large pharma company. This product is ready to use. It is currently being tested and trialed by Bethany Dickinson in Texas. They love it so far, and we're hopeful that the entire company adopts it. As a special gift to this awesome community, we are happy to extend our 30-day trial to a 60-day trial, provided you are an active user of the product. I'll be putting the sign-up link in the chat, and I would love for all of you to take this product out for a test drive. Again, this is a product that allows you to visualize your strategy in a 2-dimensional way. And when you and your partners can see the strategy, understand your roadmap and where you're going, it becomes a lot easier to execute and realize. I'll leave it there. The product is Lily Launch Tools, and the domain is lilylaunchtools.com/signup. Thanks again, Mark.
You're welcome. Okay, next up is Paul. But Paul, before you get started, a couple of quick items. Those of you who are about to pitch, please wait until it's your turn to pitch before you turn your microphone on. I'm actually going to just mute everybody, just make sure the whole room is muted before we get. And also to probably 3 or 4 of you who sent me decks in the last week after last event. I'm still interested in you. I just haven't had a chance to look at your deck. When I get on my vacation, I will be reading and catching up on everybody's deck. So I don't want you to think I wasn't thinking about you. I do appreciate that you still sent me the deck. And for those of you that do want to send me decks, you can send it to mark@venturestarters.com. All right, Paul, you're up next.
Thanks a lot, Mark. My name is Paul, and I'm a father of 4 living in Provincetown, Massachusetts. I've been a musician for 30 years and also worked in the film industry for 10 years, both commercial and film, and have been on both sides of the fence with hiring and being hired for jobs. And what I learned is that this process of booking and paying freelancers is an absolute mess. For example, say you're in charge of putting together a film shoot or a commercial, and you have 2 weeks to hire crew and organize it. For each shoot, producers have to call, text, email, and the list goes on. And then you find out your favorite camera operator or wardrobe stylist is booked. You go through the whole process all over again. And finally, you have to figure out how to pay people, which can be a total nightmare. With 2.5 million people in the film industry being hired every year, you can see this is a huge problem. So I set out to create a better system, which is Buddy Systems. Buddy Systems is an online platform that helps companies hire, pay, and report taxes for gig economy workers so they can spend more time on their projects and less time dealing with the complexities of hiring freelancers. On Buddy Systems, you can hire, track, and pay through our wallet and even report taxes. This is hands down faster and easier than anything that's currently available, and this can be used by more than anybody who is hiring freelancers. Over the past year, Buddy Systems has worked with customers serving companies such as Disney, Campari Group, and AstraZeneca, to name a few. In our digital wallet, we're seeing over $1 million in transactions, and the average amount of money held in the wallets has been around $120K per month for the past year. Over the next 5 years, we plan on adding aviation, events, construction, and any other gig economy verticals that could use our platform. Our team is made up of industry experts such as myself and some others in the music and film industry, including a successful tech entrepreneur and an angel investor. And at Buddy Systems, we've created a way to hire, track, and pay gig workers that is faster, more efficient, and less expensive than anything out there currently. And our technology is helping change the global economy for the better. And we're proud to be leading that change. I'll put my information in the chat, and I hope to meet some of you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. We're going to move on so we can get as many people in as possible. Up next is James.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for having me. I'm grateful to be here. This is my first ever meeting. I didn't really know what I was getting into, but my buddy was like, you put your hand up, you can present, you got this. So I was like, I've been doing these self-improvement classes. They're like, when you get a chance, jump. So that's what I did. I'm jumping. So I am the CEO and owner of an LLC called Telehealth Today. .net. If you're looking on the website, we have apps on the Google Play Store and the iPhone store as well. Looking to raise some money to market this to the public. I have not been able to do that yet, but I've been getting lots and lots of practitioners. I'm going to put my information in the chat as soon as I am done speaking. And just let you know, I have a shift coming up at 5. My shift is answering calls for the crisis line. I do that for a friendship line and also a faith-based church line on Saturdays as well. And when I answer these calls, what I see is a market gap, okay? People can afford psychiatrists and therapists, that's great. But people without insurance, they can't afford a psychiatrist. They're stuck calling these crisis lines, and I'm looking to fill that gap and allow people a better means of communication for emotional support. That being said, we're also going to have doctors that can write prescriptions on there because this is a telemedicine platform. But we're not going to be bound by that. I got veterinarian, dentist, martial arts experts, fitness experts, anyone that would have a consultation with you, are welcome on my platform to make your life better. We are looking to set up lifelong relationships at an expectation of lifelong relationships at a price point of whatever people want to choose. Getting lots of good feedback on this, but looking to raise money. Mark, I'm going to send you my pitch decks. I got that. I have presentation. My information is going in the chat right now. There's my cell phone number. Hit me up. We'll talk. We'll set a time up to talk. Thank you so much, everyone. Appreciate you guys.
Thanks, James. I like the enthusiasm. Like, I hope everybody brings that kind of energy and hairstyle. I wish I had hair to even have that as an option. But anyway,
thank you.
Okay. I don't know. Oh, Dan, you're up next.
Dan Purdy?
Yep.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks again for this platform. Hi, everybody. I've spoken with many of you. My name is Dan Purdy, and I'm the Director of Partnerships for Cultivate Advisors. I'm not here to pitch, I'm here to give. And what my company has done is we have celebrated our 10-year anniversary this year. We've served thousands of clients. And as a business advisory, we're here to gift some of our time to you. As long as you're over $500,000 in annual sales, we will gift you a 2-hour free advising session. What that means for you is that we will break down your business by financials, by recruiting, leadership, sales, marketing, operations, whatever your pain points, your challenges, whatever it is that you're trying to work on to grow and scale your business. And at the end of that, you'll walk away with a 5-year roadmap. And what business owner wouldn't like that? If you're not a business owner here today, or perhaps you are not quite to that $500,000 mark, I'm also seeking referral partners. My referral partners will introduce me to those small businesses that have a few employees over $500,000, and then we give you $2,000 for that warm introduction. So remember my name, it's Dan Purdy. You can reach me on LinkedIn. My email address is right here on the screen, and I look forward to connecting with more of you. Thanks, Mark. Back to you.
Thanks, Dan. I love when you guys can finish a little early. It gives everybody else a chance to get into the queue. Up next is Max.
Yep. Hi there. Thanks. I'm with Expert Minute, where we patented a way to actually add items into anyone's shopping cart. So this works on regular chat and this works on video chat. So just to give you a quick example, if you called in with questions about a phone and I wanted to sell you this phone, I can actually pass this item right into your shopping cart as we're sitting here talking. And it's going to include the right size, the right storage, the battery, and even this case as an upsell. So basically the retailers are happy to use this because this increases their conversion rates and their overall revenue. And we get some good news recently. We got a patent for this. So we have two revenue streams. The first one is the patent licensing itself to big retailers, because this is something they can use immediately in their existing infrastructure. And the second one is our SaaS model. So we're developing an app. It ranges from anywhere from $20 to $200 a month. And it's a regular SaaS model. We're launching in about 2 months. And actually, that's why I wanted to pitch and take this opportunity, is because we're raising a pre-seed round right now to have a better marketing budget for the launch. So we're all really excited about this. It's really unique and new technology. And I can show you a demo if anybody that wants to see it. I'll include my website with a calendar link on it. But again, just wanted to thank you for letting me present. This is Expert Minute.
All right, Max, thank you so much. Nice to meet you. Up next is Martin.
Hello, my name is Martin Sones, and I'm the founder of Hero Medical. We still test hearing about the same way today as in the birth of audiology in the years after World War II. I have invented a product for free field audiometry. This product has the potential to become the main test device for audiology. Free field testing, opposed to headphones, is a more authentic way to test hearing, as it also includes the outer ear effect. 1.5 billion people in the world have some kind of hearing issue this very minute. And there are 430 million people with disabling hearing loss in the world today. And most of us will be part of that number once we reach a certain age. For the sake of all these people and ourselves, we need to develop a more accurate and relevant measurement of hearing. Better testing can lead to easier detection of rare diseases, more accurate diagnosis, and ultimately better fitting of hearing aids, which is a 10 billion global market, 4 billion in the US alone. I have been working on this since 2006, and I know firsthand the importance of a diagnosis, as I have yet to be diagnosed with a vascular disease, despite considerable efforts to be so. Although there is no cure, diagnosis is important to be able to get closer and move on with your life. I am looking for someone to design the software, someone to manage the regulatory process, and $1 million in funding to build the prototype and get the core team in place. Thank you. And thank you, Mark, for hosting this marvelous event.
Thanks, Martin. I just want to say to those that are interested in hearing, Martin's onto something. He really needs, don't take this wrong, Martin, a co-founder. He could use some help. He reminds me of the inventor that's sitting on the solution that we all need, but it's a little trapped and stuck right now. Help us unleash this. Meet Martin in the chat. That's my suggestion. Thanks, Martin. Up next is Malte.
Hi everyone, I'm Malte, founder and CEO of SureBodies, and our mission is to empower families and children all around the world to stop ocean plastic pollution. And did you know over 1 million marine animals every single year die to plastic in our oceans? And the problem is actually getting worse than better. When we're all done with this chat here today and you get into your kitchen to grab a coffee or a drink and you find your kitchen floor flooded, what is the first thing you're doing? You're not picking up a mop and cleaning up the floor. What you're doing is making sure there's no more water coming. So this is what we're doing. We're teaching kids how to stop ocean plastic pollution through play. We're creating stuffed animals made from recycled plastic bottles. We started the company in 2018. We have an annual revenue of over $500,000. We are in major retail companies, major retailers all across the US. And we also already expanded into Europe and into international realms. So we are really focusing on the educational aspect. I'm a big believer that we learn best when we are in a playful stage. So this is why we're focused on toys. And the toy industry is really, really relevant because it's dominated by two major players, by Hasbro and Mattel. And instead of really going with the SDG goals by the United Nations, it's a lot of lip services. So really here for big change that we want to bring into play. Again, I'm Malte with Shore Buddies, and we are raising $500,000 on a convertible note. We have already raised $75,000 of that. I'll put my contact information in there and would love to welcome you on board to stop ocean plastic pollution and bring sustainability into play. I'm Malte with Shore Buddies. Let's keep plastics out of the ocean.
All right. Thanks, Malta. Nice to meet you. Up next is Alan.
Hello, Mark. Nice to meet you. Last time was, I guess, 2 or 3 months ago when we met. And since then, I started a new company called Flameflow. I found a new co-founder. He's in the generative AI. And right now we are running AI-generated ads with different people. And today we are at 2.8 million in pre-sales in budgets. We have over 300 companies in waiting list right now. And yeah, we have a kind of like companies, various companies from like consumer products like clothes, apps to yachts. So yeah, and right now I'm looking for people in generative AI or generally smart people to join us. Yeah, that's basically it. So if you guys are into AI and you like research and reading papers, so please contact me on LinkedIn at Alan Nikoyev. You can also find me at fameflow.ai. So thank you very much, guys.
Thanks, Alan. Put your stuff in the chat for sure. And I'm going to mute everybody, just to make sure the room is muted, because we're up to like 280 people and it's easy for one to slip up. So, okay. Greg, you're up next.
Hey, Mark, thanks for putting this together. It's an awesome community. Hi, everybody. My name's Greg Argyle. I'm the co-founder of PhotoOp. We're all about creating the gig economy for photo enthusiasts and photojournalists. The PhotoOp solutions, an all-in-one cloud and smartphone app that gives users immediate ownership of their work by automatic copyright, watermarking, calculates the price, and based on media outlet demand, our AI enables media outlets to visually scan the globe and find the best pictures and videos on news breaking and trending events and purchase them. I've got an amazing engineering team. I've been doing this for 30 years, just had a successful same platform for amateur sports. So we're looking to raise $780,000 in a pre-seed round, and I'll put my information in the chat. Thank you.
Oh,
thanks again, Mark.
Oh, thank you, Greg. Okay, up next is Anne. Is that really your last name, Rock? Anne Rock?
It really is.
Awesome.
It really is. And yeah. And just like, I think this is my second time joining you guys. And when I was finished with my pitch last time and you realized I was talking about music, I think it, was even more shocking that my last name is Rock. So I am a co-founder of DoorJam Dao, which is for musicians. We're bringing freedom to earn and freedom to create back to musicians. It's all on a Web3 platform that each musician can, a space on that platform that each musician can own. Now, the global music industry is worth over $26 billion, and roughly 12% of that revenue goes to the artist. Many of you may already know this if your finger's on the pulse of music at all. You wouldn't believe the number of musicians and anybody who is at all conscious of, just what's right and what's not right. They're talking about this, just how unfair these just the streaming platforms, just the way the whole system is set up, it's not quite right. And it's certainly hurting the creativity and the wallets of musicians. So DoorJam Dao is building a Web3 community that's addressing these issues that fans have been that musicians have been dealing with for decades regarding monetization, ownership, and direct connection with fans. A lot of these platforms, they even own the connections that musicians have with fans. Musicians make the music, but they don't own that. They make the connection with fans because of who they are, but they don't own that. We are creating this Web3 platform where musicians will own all these things once again. Our team is fully equipped to build the technology that will bring this project to the consumer. We're looking for a seed. We're pre-seed right now. We're looking for $600,000 with a safe agreement in exchange for 15% of the company. I will put my info in the chat, and I hope we can talk more about this.
Perfect. Thanks, Ann. Rock. Love the name. Next up is Sharon.
Yes. Hi. Thank you so much, Mark, for having me, and thank you, everyone. I will not be as enthusiastic as James, but I'll do my best. I'll start with a question. Are you currently developing a new mobile app or any other digital products and looking to convert your end users faster? If so, UX research can target users' behavior so they can engage with your product and convert faster. My name is Sharon Romanian. I'm the founder and CEO of OneSource Labs, which is a boutique user experience research and design firm based in LA, but we work with clients nationwide and globally, conducting all types of different types of research, mainly on digital interfaces like websites, mobile apps, online tools. There are always users involved. Your end users are involved in all types of research that we do. Just to need to make a disclaimer, we're not currently looking for any funding, but we're always interested in new clients, projects, partnerships, and referrals. Our ideal customers are Fortune 500 companies, digital advertising agencies, consulting firms, as well as startups, cross-industry, cross-vertical. Some of our differentiators, we develop customized UX research plans based on each project's objectives, user needs, client goals, budgets, and timeline. Our rates are competitive. We have a much quicker timeline and over 15 years of combined experience in the field. I'm going to post my website on LinkedIn here, so you can take a look at our client list, the different industries we work with, sample projects, and our services. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Sharon. Up next is Cali.
Hi, this is Cali Taub. I have an equity marketing agency, so I'm hopeful that some of these startups that are doing their fast pitches add me on LinkedIn. It's called Unpreserved Suburban Farmstead is my portfolio of brands. We have a farm to table brand, we have a paper goods brand, and we have a Judaica brand, but then we also have equity in several other companies along with long-term partnerships. Yes, I am Callie Meisler Taub. I am one of the founders of Startup Chicks. I am also an advisor and mentor for many different nonprofits. Our agency is a B corporation. Every time we make $1, a percentage of that money now goes to Reshma from Girls Who Code's new Marshall Plan for Moms, Moms First initiative. So women are not the brunt of care providers. I have equity in 2 different mental health care apps, and my business partner and I are leaders in the tech sector from the digital check-in world. Both of us held the 2 first major check-in parties in the United States. I held the one in Times Square for Foursquare at the Tonic nightclub. My business partner held the first tweet up party on Miami Beach. We are here, we are willing and able, and we usually try to do equity more with the ladies, but because we are more than willing and able to help within the tech sector and launch into the educational technology space. We will talk to men that are making a difference as well. And Mark, please don't have me speak right after an NBA star like last week ever again. Oh my God. I'm like sitting there afterwards and like, ugh. I'm usually like the one that's poised, that doesn't have my like finger up my nose or something. I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's like a superstar and I'm following him. Are you kidding? But really, I'm really impressed, as I was the youngest judge and mentor of South by Southwest 100,000 years ago now. But I do say this is better networking for me than those days. Keep this up. Thank you and your wife for letting this be part of your family and home. And if there is something that I can do for this network beyond invite every Wednesday, I will. Okay.
That's great. And you actually put your fingerprints on this community because you helped us sort of focus on women. And we've had a number of all women founders event nights. And I attribute some of that energy to you. So kudos to you for bringing that to our community.
Just give me a heads up next time if I'm like following some like really dapper NBA star. He's very handsome. And I was just like, are you kidding me? Really? I have to follow that? Okay, thanks. Okay. Have a good night.
Good night. All right, up next is Bindu.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Mark. My name is Bindu Kalesian, and I'm the founder of Telehealth, where we make medicines cheaper and effective for everyone. Did you know that an average clinical trial costs a staggering $31 million, making some drugs outrageously expensive? On top of it, only 5% of clinical trials enroll diverse participants. This means that a shocking 93% of the world population, including women, are prescribed drugs without knowing that they're safe and effective for them. FDA said, no more. No more will we approve drugs without diverse participants. But pharma and even large clinical research organizations are actually struggling to make this happen. Telehealth is here to make that a reality through decentralized or virtual clinical trials, committing to include 50% of participants to be women and from underrepresented diverse backgrounds, all while slashing trial costs to 1/3 to 1/6 of the traditional trials. So our secret sauce is our HIPAA GDPR compliant technology ecosystem powered by AI and blockchain. We will integrate wearables, telemedicine, and use a patient-centric approach. Our tech stack is actually ready through key partnerships for patient enrollment, remote patient monitoring, virtual labs, and a state-of-the-art DCT platform. Our team has deep clinical expertise and business strategy expertise. I have 23 years experience as a trialist, and our chief scientific officer, Dr. Packer, is a lifelong clinical development expert. Our advisors are luminaries in this field. The market is valued at over 14 billion and is growing rapidly. We will work with pharma, devices, and digital health startups like Dr. Tom Brady over here and all the people who actually pitched their products today. You come to us to validate your products. So our revenue model focuses on generating income per clinical trial. So by investing in Telehealth, you'll shape the present of clinical trials. So I'm going to drop my information, and thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to present today.
Always happy to hear your pitch. Thank you so much. Up next is Hari. And before Hari says anything, I just want to say I'm really interested in Hari's company, planning on getting involved with what he's doing. He's probably not going to be able to explain it all in just 2 minutes, but if you're in the glass business, he's one of the best innovators on the planet when it comes to what you do with glass. Go ahead, Hari.
Have you ever seen your glass and wondered what else it could do for you? There are 4 things it could do as of now in terms of technology, right? It could provide you privacy. It could provide you variable light transmission, which means it gets darker. Third one is it actually provides you IR tunability so that you can control how much your house gets warm up or how much you can reflect back the IR radiation into the space. And fourth one is, have you thought about a product that could actually generate like regular solar cells power through your windows, even though they look transparent? But all these 4 things are possible. Those technologies exist in individual products. But as of now, as a Smart Glass Labs has a product, award-winning product that actually does already 3 of them. It provides privacy, tunable light control, as well as IR tunability. So you can combine all the 3 into one product and make a fantastic windows around you. Right now, we are focusing very actively into the residential as well as commercial, but residential is very high-end luxury homes. This is Hari Atkuri, CEO of Smart Glass Labs, and we love to hear if you are a real estate agents or architectures or have experience in sales. We want to hear from you. We're currently seeking experienced salespeople to help us generate pre-sales orders and take our innovative product to the market. Please contact us, and we cannot wait to hear from you. And big kudos to Mark for organizing such a great event. And thank you so much, Mark. And this is getting better and better every day. I love these meetings. Thank you.
Thanks, Hari, and I look forward to working with you. Up next is James.
Thank you, Mark. Glad to be here and glad to follow Hari. I big kudos to him. We're both here in Minneapolis, and I love his technology. We see each other quite often, so check it out if you're interested. We are approaching, we're trying to solve the problem in the AI industry, which is in an unsustainable path. The models that are being trained today are getting ever so big. Sam Altman has mentioned that the inferencing costs are eye-watering. Google search is free, but if you want ChatGPT, you're gonna have to pay 20, 30, 40 bucks a month. What are we doing differently? We're using a new area of mathematics called interval arithmetic. And we're developing an ASIC for it. The computer chips today from NVIDIA and Intel simply can't do this arithmetic efficiently. So we need to put that into a RISC-V chip. It's a very minor modification to the circuitry. And once we adopt that, we will be able to train models much more efficiently. We'll be able to compress the models to one layer. Mathematical theory says you don't need several hidden layers in your model. You only need one. And a beautiful byproduct of the technology is the explainability is built in. Because we're working with intervals, it points back to the inputs and the nodes in your model as to what's most relevant. One other thing I failed to mention, if you're a data scientist or have a data scientist on your staff, we can guarantee you find the optimal solution, the global minimum. That's a very important feature of the technology. So we hope to make big strides in the industry. We're looking to raise 15 to 30 million. And we can train small models. So if you're doing AI models, we can do that in software emulation only. It's very slow, but we can still talk to you about that. So glad to keep expanding our network, and thank you, Mark, once again.
Thank you, James. I love what James and his team are doing. It's just super smart. If you're interested in this topic, please reach out to James. Up next is Barbara Ann. I don't know why we got that ding, but I think the clock just started all over. Can we start the clock again? So there we go. All right.
Thanks. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for another opportunity to pitch on behalf of Recovery Room IV Therapy. I'm Barbara Ann, and I'm representing Lynette Keaton, our founder. Have you or a loved one ever needed medical infusions and had to go to a hospital to receive those services in stark, white, uncomfortable, and impersonal settings, only to receive astronomical bills in the coming weeks that weren't fully covered by insurance? Did you know hospitals charge 300% markup for infusion services? Meanwhile, for patients who need these services, lack of affordability and accessibility could mean the difference between life and death. The struggle is real when it comes to obtaining life-saving, cost-effective IV infusion therapy services in non-hospital settings, and our solution is Recovery Room IV Therapy. Recovery Room IV Therapy provides medically necessary IV infusion therapies in brick and mortar as well as mobile service centers that rise to the level of hospital care with dedicated medical professionals in intimate, comfortable environments that are easier to access than most hospitals. What makes us different from our competition is our founder, Lynette Keaton. For her, it's personal. Her goal is to offer better services than she experienced when seeking care for her now late son. She opened her first infusion services company in 2017 after establishing a marketing presence in the home nursing and healthcare industry, followed with the launch of multiple hydration centers in 2 states between 2021 and 2023, and has now entered the medical infusion center space, which she can scale and leverage her existing industry relationships to open in multiple states. Our business model is based on establishing and operating centers under individual LLCs and LLPs based on investor agreements for each location. Each center costs $500,000 to open, but can earn up to $5 to $7 million in the first full year with sufficient capital. We have a great team. We'd love to make you part of it. Please join us in helping to transform the ambulatory IV infusion industry. Thank you so much, Mark, for this opportunity, and thank you to everyone for listening.
Great. Thank you, Barbara Ann. Up next is Duncan. You're on mute, Duncan.
I clicked the wrong button. I almost turned myself off. Thank you, Mark, for putting this event on. It's wonderful. I am wanting to offer folks this new device, which it keeps vegetables fresh out on the table throughout the week. And it's behind me. You can see the design a little bit. Is a simple design, but think about this. I am the guy in 1960 who's offering to have you join in my company, making a simple shape, let's say a Frisbee. And people say, well, if that can be copied easily, I've got a utility patent, I've got IP in place, but also it's something that I want to be out in the world. And we will be able to direct our sales towards the places that it will be used more rapidly and passionately through nutritionists and athletic trainers and weight loss. So this is something that's going to change the modern kitchen. We have sold already 8,000 of them. We have NBA star John Sally, 4-time champion, and he is also a vegan chef, and he's also into people eating more produce and getting healthier diets. It's something that in our country we need to be more aware and have it out on the table. And guess what? I've got the utility patent to get it out on the table. So you wash the vegetables and you drop them in there and you eat them up throughout the week, and you put some more in the next part of the week, and you are eating more fresh food for yourself and your family. I've got letters from moms who are just wonderful, saying that their kids are eating more vegetables. And this is actually a cool invention. Your money will not only go towards something that is really cool, but it will help health in our country and go international very soon. So my email address is there. I'll put my information out on the chat room. And Mark, thank you so much. We're going to change the modern kitchen.
Sounds healthy. Thank you, Duncan. Up next is Eric.
Hey, Mark, thanks for this. Yeah, good to be here. Many of y'all have heard me pitch before about my medical device company, but today I wanted to shift up and do a little bit different. What people are saying about this community is very true. I've met so many people here in person and even online, and the connections are real. So take advantage of this network. I'm telling you, take advantage of it. What Mark's doing is amazing. And with that, because it's so amazing, and this is a Zoom 2-hour event, I wanted to do a platform underneath it to help us basically connect and continue to have the conversation. So I'll put a link in chat, something I just threw together off of Mighty Networks. Many of y'all may have heard of it, but the idea is to carry the conversations on after these events happen, connect with other people, kind of build these relationships and keep coming back doing that. So I'll put it in chat, but really excited here. I'm getting traction, what I'm doing, connecting with other people like Jody, like Blake, and several others, even Kurt, what he's doing with funding. It's important for you all to connect with each other. So I'll put the link in chat, but support the community as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. It's always good to see you. Up next is Kyle.
Hello, everybody. I'm Kyle, and introducing Cut Accord Entertainment and the Case Smart Hub. It all got started at the start of the pandemic when I was in the hospital for a month before I rolled out in a wheelchair. And things were pretty difficult getting the home media set up. And I figured what would be an easier way. So I invented the Case Smart Hub to wirelessly connect your home, all of your services and devices, your cable, satellite, broadcast TV, your streaming services, your telemedicine, distance education, remote workspaces, everything. all on all of your TVs or devices, and all with the ability to record all of your content. So everything is at your fingertips whenever you need with cloud storage. And looking for investors and affiliate partnerships, and just looking to connect and meet more people, because I'm more of a technical person, and I'll talk to you about Bluetooth for 30 minutes when you just want to hear about how much money you'd make. So I'll keep it short and keep things rolling. And I wanted to say thanks to Mark, and everybody tell your friends about Venture Starters, because it's awesome. And my older brother's name is Mark, and he was born in November. So even better. Have a good day, everybody.
All right, Kyle, thank you so much. Kyle needs some help. So if those of you in the audience want to be part of a startup team, reach out to Kyle. Up next is Zach.
Hi, Mark. Thank you very much for having me on board again. And it's my second time, and it's a great event that you do. My name is Zach Vicaris. I'm the founder and scientific director of Boston Biotech. And our ethos is that a fit reproductive system and aesthetics are the duality of an extended life. I mean, what would you do with 130 years of life looking and feeling like a fit 37-year-old? Our bones and nerves last 400 years, but the rest of our bodies start falling apart at 35. And we've developed an autologous stem cell procedure that rejuvenates the follicular organs in your body, as well as a topical serum that extends your telomeres. This means reversing menopause in women, tightening skin, thicker, fuller hair, increased bone density, muscle mass, also significantly more robust sex drive and vitality, not to mention the increased and extended mental acuity. There are 133 million people in the United States between the ages of 35 and 70 that spend a combined $300 billion per year on beauty and health treatments. We aim to capture 600 of these annually that will generate 10 million in revenue, not to mention the actual serum sales once we get that passed with the FDA. We've had a phase 1 in Europe that has an 85% success rate on a sample size of 41. And we are now cleared with our surgeons and clinics for the procedures in the United States with the FDA. We're looking for 350,000 to inject liquidity into our marketing and advertising campaigns. We currently receive 4 inquiries per month with a 70% conversion rate, and also to hire key members of our team, a data entry specialist and a licensed practitioner nurse. We will consider equity for work. 20 procedures per month generates 100% return on investment after 1 year. 9 procedures is break even. Our aim is 50 per month. As investors, your timing is fantastic. So I'm putting links in the chat for speeches that we've done, and you can contact me by email on the website. Thanks.
Thank you, Zach. All right, up next is Ron.
Hey, thanks for having me on the Mark November show tonight. I'm Ron Pedzensky, the founder and CEO of Envision. If you've ever shopped online for something like art or furnishings for your home, you've likely found the process to be fraught with uncertainty. It can be really difficult for our brains to translate the tiny images on screen to the real products that we plan to bring into our physical environment, especially purchases of appreciable scale, cost, or decorative value. As a result, we abandon 86% of our shopping carts and return 30% of our purchases. For merchants, this represents lost opportunity and lost profit, while consumers struggle with the frustration of shipping stuff back. Envision is software as a service that empowers shoppers to experience virtual, real-scale, realistic 3D holograms of products in and around their homes, making them more comfortable committing to online purchases. Merchants easily and inexpensively add embedded virtual previews directly into their product pages. Shoppers engage by using their smartphone or tablet as a magic window to anchor virtual products into position exactly where they plan to use them. When a shopper tries before they buy, they're at least 30% more likely to complete the purchase and at least 20% less likely to return the goods when they get what they're expecting. Our product is in market. We have over a dozen paying customers using it already. Last year, we had over $120,000 in revenue. Over 30,000 shoppers engage with our customers' experiences each month today. And we're currently raising a pre-seed round of $800,000 that will be invested in the execution of our go-to-market strategy. Thank you so much, Mark, for having me on your show tonight.
Thanks, Ron. Very interesting. Looking forward to learning more. Up next is Tim.
Hello, Mark. How are you? Hello, everyone. It's good to be here. Yes, my name's Tim Griggs. I'm the founder of the Good Steward Financial System. It's a fintech application that's in the app stores. I've invested, I bootstrapped this up to over $300,000, bringing in the APIs, the credit APIs, going through all the compliance, and also bringing in the banking data API within the space. We're looking to build out to development by bringing the budgeting tools and neobanking in the upcoming development. So we're seeking $700,000 to complete the development there. We also have developed a progressive web app that we will be private labeling the app for other verticals like other mortgage brokers, real estate brokers, credit repair agencies. We already have it in place. We can have their PWA up and running within 7 days, and they will be able to utilize our system for their platform. So we're just launching that, and we're seeking salesmen to help scale that to other brokers and real estate brokers and credit agencies. So looking for salesmen for that, looking for front end developers to assist our CTO, because he's going to need some assistance with developing these platforms for the other businesses. So there's two models here. I'll put the information in the chat. Anybody want to talk to me about it, or also would love to have some C-level co-founders or CFOs that are interested in investing, that I'm interested in talking to you. And seeking angel investors. We actually needed 700,000 to go to market. That's what we need for the B2C model. Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks.
Information
Tim.
is in the chat. Okay.
All right. Yeah, appreciate it. Up next is Rasham.
Thank you so much, Mark. I know everybody over here wants to support women founders, but how many times before awarding a contract do you pause and think, wait a minute, let me look at women founders or women-owned businesses where I can give these dollars. I'm Rasham Mogha, pronouns she and her, and I'm pitching the eWow Connect solution today. Being a woman of color in technology, I've dealt with conscious and unconscious bias in my entire career journey. And as I climbed up the corporate ladder, I wanted to empower women-owned businesses as suppliers for my company, but there was no one-stop shop for me to find and reach out to women-owned businesses for my outsourcing needs. And during my research, I found that only 4.9% of the outsourcing budget, which is approximately a $700 billion market, actually goes to women-owned businesses. And that's where the idea of eWow was born, to address the gender pay disparity that is creeping into the business world now. eWow Connect is an early stage two-way marketplace that opens economic empowerment opportunities for women-owned businesses by providing them access to corporate outsourcing budget, leveraging Web 3.0 technologies like AI and ML. In 2022, businesses spent over $7,000 billion on outsourcing, which is a huge market for women-owned businesses to tap into. This only happens, though, when corporations can find women-owned businesses to meet their outsourcing needs. And that's what eWow does. We have built out a strong community. There's no direct competition. There's some modules in supply diversity management platforms, but nothing that addresses women-owned businesses right now. We are in early stage. I am looking for some survey support from all of you. I'll stick the link in the chat, and I look forward to connecting with everyone. Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome. I don't know very much yet about what you're doing, but it sounds fantastic what I've already heard, and looking forward to learning more.
Thank you.
Yep.
The pitch deck is coming in an email to you.
Okay, very good. Up next is Walt. And Walt, I haven't had a chance to look at your deck, but I'm very interested in what you're doing, by the way. Just wanted to know.
Thank you very much, Mark. All right. So hi, my name is Walt White. I'm the founder and CEO of Newport Electric Boats. Newport develops and sells electric propulsion systems for sailboats. So our flagship product is a motor that drops into a sailboat that replaces diesel engines up to about 30 horsepower. That's our flagship product. We've got a lot of other, basically the company is about providing sustainable solutions into the marine industry, and mostly for recreational. I've been writing some papers and talking a little bit more about this space and places I feel like there's a good opportunity. But what I would like to say is really what I'm looking for here, and the reason I'm here today is because I'm looking for a co-founder. There's a ton of opportunity in this space, and I've done a lot of work over the last couple of years to put together some stuff. I mean, I've got I don't have time to go into it, but we've got a couple of boats on the water that are running our system. Things have been out working great. I've been out multiple weekends over the last couple of weeks where we're using the systems, hundreds of hours on the motors, the systems. It's just the thing works well. But what I'm looking for is other people who are potentially interested in getting involved in this and working with me. I've got pitch decks, financial models, other kinds of stuff like that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to provide you my information in the chat, and hopefully we can get together offline and talk a little bit more about it. So again, thank you very much, Mark, for the opportunity to talk. And that's all I have for now. Thank you.
Thank you, Walt. We're going to move on. Next up is Joe Majors. You're going to have to put on your video camera. There you go. And you're on mute.
Sweet. What's up, guys? My name is Joe Majors. Our target audience, I'll just go to that, is anyone with a brain. If you know someone with a brain, then I guarantee they need what we're selling. And the whole thing is I've been in the past, my mom went paralyzed actually beginning of December. And I figured what's the best way to advance and diagnose everything, and it's from the brain down. So we are braindoc.us, and we have an FDA cleared and patented neuroscan. And with the EEG, it goes and it diagnoses and it shows if you have onset dementia, Alzheimer's, if you have onset cancer with symptoms, if it's in your genes and past genetics. We also have where it shows if you have ADD, ADHD, any problems that can be caused in a neuroscience way, the brain scan shows. Fully patented, FDA approved. We have 2 locations, physical locations now. One in Austin, Texas, where I live, and one down in the South in McAllen. We're looking for seed round funding. We're looking for anywhere from $500,000 to $1 million to really expand this. I have pitch decks, numbers. I would love to talk to anybody who's interested in changing the world one brain at a time. And the biggest thing is what we're doing is you come in, you get a brain scan, but it's 8 to 12 months to see a neurologist. And that's if you get approved, then you have to get approval by insurance to see them. The best thing about us is we don't want your insurance. We don't want any of that. Same day appointments. You schedule your appointment. You come into the office and you get your brain scan. Our neurologists read that report. They write you out what they think, different diets, maybe different, medications. We are opening a telehealth website where we are the ones that are going to send out the medications. And so it's a full process. I have the growth plan. I have the 5-year plan, business to business and business to consumer. So if you'd like to talk, I will drop my email down here and my LinkedIn, and I look forward to connecting with you all. Thank you.
Joe, I'd like to see your deck. Mark@venturestarters.com. It sounds intriguing what you're saying. I'd like to learn more. Up next is Greg.
Hi. Yeah, so my name is Greg Meisler, and I'm the founder of a program called the Young Inventors Showcase here in the Houston area, which is now in its 35th year. We teach teachers how to teach kids how to invent, and then the kids invent. Our focus is the 1st through 8th graders. Our best young inventors are 3rd and 4th graders. We just had our finals last Saturday here in Houston. We had 30 kids out of the 300 original in the preliminary competitions, and every single one of those 30 young inventors' inventions were commercially viable. It was held here at the ionhouston.com center. And the big news is that our 8-week course, which we've developed over the years, has been adopted globally by a portal called innovationworld.org. And so I'm launching satellite chapters all over the world. My appeal here is to those of you on the call to set up a satellite chapter in your community. I've got a funding campaign on givebutter.com/YIAA, which has a wonderful 13-minute video of the 2009 version, along with a description of the program. I'm looking for everybody to donate $10. Have your friends donate $10. And then sign up to be lead a satellite chapter. We'll do a funding campaign at each satellite location under the givebutter.com platform, raising $100,000 in each location, hiring a grant writer. And so givebutter.com/YIAA, Young Inventors Showcase. It'll make your heart feel good.
Do the kids win anything, or it's just a showcase?
No, the winners get a free patent, and all the winners get a free provisional patent. And then the top 5 winners, we actually launched their venture on our portal, yiaa.org, where they get their own landing page. We have social media, crowdfunding, mentorship. So it's actually a virtual incubator.
Okay, I'm going to move on though, but that sounds really neat what you're doing for those kids. Fantastic, Greg. All right, up next is Michael.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for having me back, Mark. I'm Michael Sim. I'm the founder of a startup nonprofit called The Logical Foundation. We have a plan to end the homelessness crisis and disrupt the nonprofit industry. Our research indicates that cutting out the middlemen in the nonprofit industry and putting money directly into the hands of people in need, or guaranteed income, direct cash assistance, can help more than half of our currently homeless population regain stability for less than 1/10 of what we currently spend on homelessness. The foundation, my nonprofit, was created to unleash the anti-poverty potential of guaranteed income, and we need your help to realize that vision. Are you sitting on a donor-advised fund after some successful exits? Or do you have money generally designated for impact or nonprofits? Or do you have the fundraising ability to bring in over $500,000 in donations and would like a seat on our board of directors? Or if you are a capable fundraiser, would you like to join our team and help raise money for the most impactful intervention against poverty? If any of those things might apply to you and you're passionate about solving the greatest problem currently facing our society, poverty and homelessness, please reach out to me. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Michael. I hope you're successful with it. Up next is John.
Hey, Mark, thank you for having me and facilitating this wonderful event, and shout out to one of Loopy's existing investors, Richard, for the referral. My name is John. I'm the founder and CEO of Loopy. The 3-word pitch for Loopy is Uber for laundry. So we've created a peer-to-peer marketplace that connects people who hate doing laundry with individuals looking to earn additional income from the comfort of home. And guess what? We've done over $3 million in early sales. That's about 90,000 duffel bags worth of laundry, like the one over my shoulder here, since we launched in Seattle a few years ago. And we're so excited to continue scaling. We've launched 9 markets now. And we think this is the next billion-dollar opportunity when it comes to on-demand mobile innovation. 45 million Americans have now used a food delivery or grocery delivery app. We believe the next billion-dollar opportunity is the pile of dirty laundry accumulating in many of our laundry hampers and on our bedroom floors. And we've raised over $3.5 million in early funding from some incredible angel investors, as well as early stage VCs, angel groups, angel syndicates, including Jason Calacanis, one of Uber's first angel investors, and the Launch Syndicate. I'm looking to network with anyone interested in helping us scale Loopy, whether that's sharing our most recent community round on WeFunder, whether that's investing as an angel investor, or if it's signing up to be one of our next Loopy customers or certified Loopy washers in one of our geographies in the US. Thanks again and appreciate the opportunity, Mark.
Thank you, John. I'd be interested in seeing your latest deck too. Mark at venturestarters.com. Moving on, next is James.
Hi, Mark. Thanks for having me back. We had such a great success last week. I thought I'd come back and share our story again. So basically, I'm James Breyer, founder and CEO of Hercules Electric Marine. We are electrifying the marine industry without compromise. And what does that really mean? Well, let's listen to how loud of a 350 horsepower electric propulsion system is. You didn't hear anything. Basically, we have a virtually silent system that allows us to have a software-defined powertrain that delivers more power if you need it, or less power if you don't. And so we can scale with our software-defined powertrain from sailboats all the way up to high-speed performance boats, all with the same hardware and core software. That revolutionizes the way boat makers now can purchase and source their powertrain solutions. And oh, by the way, it's electric. So it's just as simple as unplug and play, and great for the environment, great for the user experience, and quite frankly, great to eliminate all that noise associated with loud engines on the water, where you actually reflect that sound. And so we're really excited to bring this opportunity. We're raising $2.5 million in a convertible note. It's 15% interest and a $15 million cap. We have a $60 million purchase order in hand, and the money is really being used to expand our team in operations in order to execute against that purchase order. And so we can get to production in 2023 with our first customer. The launch with Hercules. Unplug and play. It's as easy as that.
Thanks, James, for coming back. And I just want to make a comment, which is that the most successful founders, at least in our community, are the people who keep coming back and showing their face, because you're in a beauty pageant and there's going to be 60 people pitching tonight. And it's hard for all of us to get to know you in 2 minutes, and then we're off thinking about the next person. So if you keep coming back, you'll see that exponentially more and more people will get to recognize you and figure out ways that they can help you. This isn't the kind of event that you just pitch and run.
And my other idea is having it be maybe.
Beautiful part.
I'm going to mute the room because there's a little bit of background noise there. But anyways, thank you, James, for making that comment. It allowed me to trigger that thought. Up next is Soren.
Thank you, Mark, for having me.
I don't even know how it started off.
Oh, hold on a second. I don't know where we're getting some background noise, but everybody needs to be on mute except for the speaker. It's the only way our event turns into, a nice, smooth event. Otherwise, we have, as my friend David says, we're controlled chaos.
He's not calling us.
Wait, I think who is that? Jessica? Jessica, you've got something going on with one of your feeds into our event that you need to turn off and mute. Okay. All right. Go ahead, Soren. Let's try.
Thank you for having me, Mark. Thank you, everyone, and to the volunteers. My name is Soren. I'm the founder of Open Auto and the CEO. If you have a car, and I'm assuming 210 people in this room have had maintained their car in the past week or so. Some of you have, and you know the problems that you faced with the maintenance process. You have to call ahead. You have to find a way to get your car scheduled, and you cannot sometimes trust the people that you are giving your cars to. We speak out of experience. My co-founder and I actually owned and operated a repair shop. We have dealt with thousands of customers who brought these problems to us. We know this problem exists because we have done the research and we have experienced it firsthand. Our solution is simple. We build a platform of vetted repair shops. We connect you with the repair shop. We pick up your car, we service it. You are able to track the progress of the repair real time, and we'll bring the car back to you. The process is bespoke to each customer, which enables us to give you the experience that you deserve in terms of tailoring the repair process and streamlining it exactly to your car needs. We have generated a significant initial traction. We were able to generate 117,000 in a 9-week MVP. And we have learned that the market size is about 139 billion in the North American region. My co-founder and I come with diverse backgrounds. I'm a software engineer and my co-founder is a CFA. We are looking to raise 700,000 in a pre-seed round. That is a safe round. If you have any questions or more, I will be linking my LinkedIn as well the other links. Thank you.
Congrats on your MVP success. Sounds good. Meet those in the chat. Up next is Ernest.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Ernest Kestone with Clear Protocol Incorporated. So the problem we solve is that there is an information bottleneck that impacts all of healthcare. Clinicians have to enter and request information inefficiently. Physicians spend nearly 2 hours on documentation for every hour seeing patients. Nearly a third of physicians spend more than 20 hours a week on paperwork and administrative tasks. So the solution, the product that we've developed can help with validation of clinical procedures and create contemporaneous documentation. So all the things that doctors and nurses have to write, they happen automatically as they're working. And they have dynamic two-way access to the electronic medical records, and it's all hands-free, so they can concentrate on what they're doing. It's more natural. It was designed for this from the beginning. So Clear Protocol is not another transcriber method. It allows for both validation and documentation at the same time that the information is received. So with that, you can find us. It's clearprotocol.com. And I gave my information in the chat. So if you save the chat, you've got it. And we are currently raising. So by going to our website, you can get any information you want. You can get our slide deck and you can click on our crowdfunding portal. So we are looking for any potential, talent that wants to join as advisors or of course, investors. And we have already obtained 2 US patents and, the seed capital investment last year. Thank you very much for the chance to pitch. Thank you.
Ernest, if you could send me a deck, I'd be interested in looking at it. Up next is Shane.
There we go. Hey, thank you, everybody. I got my 2 minutes and I'm ready to rock. First of all, first time listener, first time talker. So love it to be here. Thanks, Mark at venturestartups.com for having me here. And everybody, I'm Shane Dool. I am the Superman of cannabis that you don't know about. So all the battles that have been won, all the firsts that have happened in cannabis, they were done by me. The first wins in court, everything. Now we've started US Weed Channel. We are the first and only federally certified, globally broadcast cannabis TV network. Think about it. What does this mean? Well, it means a lot, first of all, but let's talk about where we're at before we get into the crazy stuff, right? Not only do we do all that, but I have just test launched on every platform. So we've launched on Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, Android TV, in both app stores and on the web legally with monetization, able to promote ourselves on Google and social media. This is absolutely unheard of in the cannabis industry. I am the person who has burnt all the barriers to cannabis media, my team and I. Now, we have just finished my stint at the New Chip Accelerator. I just finished the seed round at New Chip. We are the first cannabis business that was ever accepted into the New Chip Accelerator. And I went through with flying colors, and now we are literally check ready in our $3 million convertible note round, our seed round. So what does this mean for everybody? Literally every brand in cannabis and outside of cannabis can now reach 209 million global consumers and about 1 billion curious people via programming on US Weed Channel. We are the network that isn't red or blue, we're green. This is a fantastic opportunity. What are we doing? We're relaunching. We just got a grant on AWS. So now we'll be able to reach people like the Super Bowl, 40 million people at a time. And we're building the C team. We're looking for investors. We just launched our sales initiative. So we have room for salespeople. And we also have room for content creators. please get in touch.
All right, Shane, welcome to our community. Up next is Thomas, who I have the same philosophy about startups I've learned over the course of time as Thomas has. Meet Thomas.
Yeah, hello. So I'm Thomas Song, serial entrepreneur. I was the CEO and founder of 6 companies. I have raised funding from angels, VCs, and corporations. As founder and CEO of board of CEOs, I have advised several hundred CEOs of early stage companies. 3 weeks ago, I shared that statistically, 90% of all startups fail. I defined the 5 major factors that cause startup failure. Number 1, most important, is a weak team. Number 2 is a weak stock plan. Those 2 items are the main causes for startup failures. Today, I will define another key factor that causes professional investors to not invest in a startup, and that is bad financial projections. Many inexperienced entrepreneurs use the top-down method of generating financial numbers. They define the market size, and then they assume certain amount of market share penetration to create revenue numbers. This is a very bad method. It creates excessively high revenue numbers, and I want to share some numbers that definitely will cause investors to not invest. Okay. Number 1, revenue of 200 million or higher in year 5. Number 2, profit before tax in excess of 40%. Investors consider these numbers to be useless and think the entrepreneur did not spend the necessary work to create credible numbers, so they will not invest. The preferred method of financial projection is the bottoms up. So in summary, if a startup does not have a strong executive team, it will most likely fail. If a startup does not have a strong stock plan, it will most likely fail. If a startup uses top-down financial projection method, it will most likely fail because investors will not invest. So look for me, Thomas Hong, in chat for my contact information, and contact me if you want help to restructure your team, to modify your stock plan, or to help create bottoms-up financial projections. Thank you.
Thanks, Thomas. We're going to move on. Up next is Donna.
All right. Well, thank you. Donna Morgan here. I am the founder and the CEO of Palliative Pros, LLC. And our market is hospice and palliative health care with an innovative medical device that I developed for hospice field nurses. And I want you to pay attention here because I'm going to tell you a little story because we're not talking about death. We're talking about dying. And that's my job, is to facilitate a smooth, memorable death. And we have an alternative solution to the DME electric suction machine. It's priority 1 that never arrives or is approved or delivered when we call and need it, when a patient goes into an end-of-life drowning crisis, which is about 50% of our patients. And the nurses would like to see this in their car stock or have DME adopt this and eliminate their priority 1 suction machine delivery. It's $600, and hospice has to absorb those costs. Medicare will not pay for the machine. We're looking for about $500,000 to increase our inventory, advertising, and exhibiting platform. I've patented this. I've done all the grunt work, all the research. I've bootstrapped over $200,000. This is a global entity, over 10,000 hospices. You can find me at paladinpros.com.
Thanks, Donna. I hope you succeed and find the right people. It sounds like what you have is important. Up next is Timothy.
Hello, thank you for having me on your platform. I am Dr. Timothy Riley, the CEO and Scientific Director of AJA. AJA is an international world-leading tech company with a hospital, Pacific Ocean Healing Center, orthodontic studio, animation studio, university, security division, aerospace department, computer department, and 3D printed houses. AJA provides world-leading tech in all categories we sell. But in particular, AJA Hospital, Housing, and Aerospace are in a league of their own, completely unmatched by the competition. AJA Hospital has successfully extended the mammalian lifespan by twofold with our proprietary DNA modulation and telomere lengthening technology, and created the most advanced medical technology in history of medicine with AJA human parthenogenesis rebirth, where with a 1 gram cell sample, we were able to revive the recently deceased as babies with partial memories. No matter the cause of death, we can revive the patient, making the cure to death. This is very similar technology to IVF and cloning, but we are able to restore the memories of the patient. So it's a whole different type of life cycle, from a linear life cycle to a circular life cycle. Best of all, our science is all backed by peer-reviewed research. AJA Aerospace has created a high-speed, infinite-range solar-powered plane that costs less than $25,000 per unit. More than just business, AJA is a philanthropic organization providing 100% free healthcare and Ivy League education to 180 countries across the world. We don't believe that it's ethical to financially take advantage of the sick or young by putting them into debt for necessities like high-quality healthcare and university. At AJA, you can see our doctors unlimited amount of times and get your science degree for $0. We are looking for additional funding and advertising to rapidly expand our world-changing and life-saving tech. If you like what you hear and want to see more, go to aja.org today. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just a little thing. I'll give you some pictures of some of our technology.
Do you have a deck, by the way, Timothy?
Yes, I was going to email that to you.
Okay, yeah, I want to see it. I have a zillion questions based on the beginning of your pitch. I don't even know where to begin, and we don't have time for tonight. Meet Timothy in the chat. Timothy, come back again, and maybe one idea at a time to dive a little deeper.
Yeah,
up next
very
is
large company.
up next is Jessica.
Thank you, Mark. Really appreciate you doing all these events and opportunities. So really appreciate that. Hi, everyone. I am the owner of Twisted Buella LLC, which is a minority-owned small craft distillery. I'm passionate about creating unique and handcrafted spirits. My distillery is focused on creating high-quality small batch spirits that are actually infused with locally sourced botanicals and ingredients with no added sugars. I love to create unique flavor combinations, both that are innovative and delicious, and you won't find on the market today. Excuse me. One of my spirits, one of my favorites, and actually a lot of the other favorites that everybody has, is this one right here, which is my Very Berry Tequila. It's infused with all kinds of different berries: strawberry, raspberry, blackberry, blueberry, even huckleberry. I have a whiskey that is everybody loves right now. It's infused with bacon, chocolate, rosemary, coriander, cardamom, and chili pepper. So things that you're not going to find on the market today. And so whether you're a seasoned spirit connoisseur or you're just looking for something new, I'm confident that my small batch distillery has something to offer to you. Twisted Buella is pre-seed right now, and I'm looking for $350,000 for my distillery. My business plan, and I have a pitch deck. So if you're interested, please reach out, and I will be putting my information in the chat. So thank you, everyone. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jessica.
Hey, Mark.
Yes.
Hey, Mark. This is Durant. How's it going, buddy? So for the last person, was that Jessica?
Yes.
Okay, Jessica, can you place your information in the chat or connect with me at duranddavis.com? I'm highly interested in what you're doing. I want to connect expeditiously. Thanks, Mark.
Absolutely. I'm putting my information in the chat right now. So thank you, guys.
Thank you. And just for all those that are still raising your hand, we are going to end the event in 15 minutes. And if you don't make it in this week, we'll write your names down if you stay in the queue so that we can, try and get you in next week if you come back. But if you don't stay in the queue, we won't know who you are. I'm going to write the names down literally in 15 minutes of who's left. Okay, up next is Rachel. Oh, we just had Rachel. Different. Rachel.
I think is it me?
Yes, it is Rachel Baker.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. Great. Okay. Hi, I'm Rachel Baker, founder of Tejo.ca. We help you look good in real life. It's hard buying makeup because fit matters. It's like buying clothing, except there's chemistry involved. Selling cosmetics is also really hard. Believe me, I would know. Before this, I was selling cosmetics while getting my engineering degree. So the underlying problem that brands have is that the cost of acquiring customers oftentimes outstrips the average cart size. And if you're a new brand, the only way that you can reach potential customers is either through influencers, which can get very expensive very fast, or through sample distribution, which also can get very expensive very fast. And if people like your product, they'll buy again because you don't already have relationships with retailers. And consumers are very reluctant to buy unless they've tried on a product before they buy it. And this is why you see really high rates of returns for online sales versus in-store sales. So money's getting lost. About $12 billion a year is lost due to cosmetic returns. And I estimate about $22 billion a year is getting lost due to missed sales online. Currently, competitors, their solution is focused on augmented reality. And this just doesn't cut it. So what Tejo does differently is we focus on product recommendations and making sure that products buy the right product at the first time. Our service is built, it's in market. I have some customers very interested. I just have to make some minor changes before they commit. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Rachel. Up next is Irfan. You're still on mute. And Rachel, you need to go on mute. Thank you.
All right. Hello, everybody. This is my first time here. Can you hear me? Everybody?
Yes.
Okay. So this is my first time. I stumbled upon this nice, ambiance, and I love all the discussion so far. So just hear me out. So my name is Irfan Khan. I'm the CEO and owner of a company called Supernova Academy, which you can see in my back. So essentially, do you know that United States, we have 250,000 deaths because of misdiagnosis and errors in the medical field, right? And another 7 million injuries happen because of bad diagnosis. So we are here to introduce to you augmented reality in education, right? You must have seen many augmented reality models in the marketplace at Facebook, in Instagram, but we are serious about education, right? We want to bring you the best of the best immersive experience, right? Do you know that by the year 2024, we'll have 1.8 billion people using AR, and they'll be in age groups between 16 to 34, okay? So that means that we have a new breed of people coming in who are going to be using this technology, whether it's yes or no at this point. And because of the pandemic, the medical online industry has grown 100 or so % to where we are right now. So we feel that by the year 2030, the AR market is going to grow up to $1 trillion, okay? So I have a pitch deck, I have a business plan. So please reach out to me if you have any interest, either working with me or investing in my company.
Thanks. I'd like to see your deck just to learn more about you.
Sure.
Mark at venturestarters.com. Up next is Lily.
Hello. Okay. I wasn't prepared, Mark. I thought my name was going to be the last one, not today. Okay. I'm ready.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Mark. If you like to shop online, I'm 100% sure that you sent or received product links and screenshots before. Use text or email, jump back and forth with third-party platforms. And that stops now. Let me introduce co-carding. You can instant get input from friends and family because you connect with them in your online shopping cart. Co-carding is the game changer. It's the first of online shopping carts, allows you to connect, communicate, and collaborate to shop with your loved ones. So far, we raised $150,000 and are looking for $350,000 investment. My name is Lily Meng. I'm the founder, and my co-founder is Sharon. We have a team of experts, and now we have 12,000 users in our database. And the market size for affiliate marketing is $17 billion globally. And just US, it's $8.2 billion. So join us in revolutionize online shopping experience by investing in Cultivate Today. And Mark, thank you so much for making the difference for co-founders like founders like female. Thank you.
Our pleasure. Up next is Monica.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for arranging tonight and every week doing this, Mark. So it's a great platform. I just wanted to say a couple of things about myself as a founder. So this is not the first company I founded. I'm an immigrant. I came to the US when I was 10 years old. I've been a D1 tennis player, so I've learned all about the struggle of the win and the comeback. And I've raised 3 children. That makes me an incredible manager and multitasker, as every mother would know. But all those things I bring to bear in my latest venture, launched March of 2020, March 3rd to be precise. We got our first tranche. And then all the money that I raised up to that point evaporated over the next few weeks very quickly. That said, we have created a novel business in the $133 billion B2B US wine and spirits sector. The great challenge for brands, and I was listening to some of the people in the wine and spirit space, the great challenge is not to make the product. It's not even to think about the product and what you would like to accomplish with it. It's getting it through the route to market. And our company PACE is a fractional sales service. We're turnkey licensed. We are now licensed across all provinces of Canada. We're in 20 states in the US with 16 pending. We're raising $3 million in a seed stage. We raised $1.3 million in pre-seed. And at this point, we're servicing celebrity brands, private equity, et cetera, et cetera. There's no downturn in the wine and spirits industry, no matter the economic climate. So all those venture investors that are looking at the risk factors, we're not it. We're the D-risk, if you will. And I would say that we are the breath of fresh air that this industry has needed. There is no reason we can't defeat 100 million in the next 4 years.
Great. Good to meet you, Monica. We're going to move on so we can get a couple more in. Addison, you're next.
Hi, glad to meet everyone. I just want to preface that we're not looking to raise any money. We're just looking for feedback and connect with people right now. We already have a product, we launched product, we have customers and have good revenue and we're just really hyper scaling right now. What we do is we help B2C companies find their profitable niche. By that, I mean like the problem with B2C companies is that they don't know generally what people want to buy and how long they're going to buy it for. We solved this problem called like the customer lifetime value problem. We actually predict what individuals will buy on the next purchase and the next purchase after that and the next purchase after that. So it allows us to have targeted people, give individualized one-to-one personalized recommendations, helps you with inventory, helps you predict demand, and also helps you find new high-value spenders to bring into your business. So just looking to connect with people right now and get feedback. Our website is www.buyagain.io, and looking to just connect with people. Okay, I'll put my contact in the chat. Thanks.
It sounds great. I'm curious how you do it, but maybe for another time. Thanks.
Yeah, so my background's a PhD, and I've been doing quant finance for like 15 years. I've done a lot of predictions.
I would like to meet you at some point. Up next is Derek. You're on mute still, Derek. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. You're back.
Yes.
So good evening, everybody, and thank you for this opportunity to present. I am Derek Foreman. I'm the founder and CEO of a company called Clear Focus Robotics, an autonomous mobile robotic company. CFR is my third startup, all of which have been technology, healthcare entities. Sold my last company in November of 2019. And I've spent the last year traveling to every robotic manufacturer I could find in China, Taiwan, Korea, Italy, Singapore, and India. All over, I integrated and investigated 246 companies. And I quickly learned that to build our own robot from scratch would be foolish. CFR was formed to help solve worker shortage issues in the healthcare field by providing a family of real work autonomous mobile robots that can deliver food, surgery tools, laundry, trash, along with robots that can sanitize rooms with UVC light and robots which can clean floors. Robots are reliable, they meet all safety standards, will interface with systems such as security, fire alarm, nurse call, auto doors, and elevators. Our robots work for around $4 an hour. They don't need breaks, sick time, or vacation time, and they'll never bring a problem to the HR. Today, we offer an AI-driven robot, UVC robot named Violet, and the world's first and only autonomous mobile robotic wheel named Genius. Both Violet and Genius are patented. Violet is straightforward in that it has one function, sanitizing using UVC light. Genius wheel is multifaceted, having all the same features of a large AMR with built-in LiDAR and cameras. And with the Genius, you can turn anything into an autonomous mobile robot. We are currently self-funded. We'll shortly be seeking an infusion of $1 million to be used mainly for marketing. Anyone who's interested in working with us to create a world-class robotic company, reach out to me at derek@clearfocusrobotics.ai or call me at 650-533-2979. Thank you for the time.
Derek, if you have a deck, I would love for you to send it to me at mark@venturestarters.com. And
Will do.
You're going to be the last one that's going to be pitching tonight. For everybody who's in the queue, this is what I would suggest. If you can arrive next Wednesday, 15 minutes early before our event starts, because everybody comes into the waiting room in a way where there's no alphabetical order, it takes us time to actually find you. That's why I need you to arrive 15 minutes beforehand. If you do, I will let you into the room early, so you will be the first people to be able to raise your hand. You'll be the first to pitch, but you have to arrive 15 minutes early. I've taken a list of everybody who's left, with their hand raised. I apologize that I can't get you in tonight. The clock is working so beautifully. We got so many pitches in 2 hours. I'm going to add it up, but I have a feeling we broke our all-time record tonight in the most amount of pitches, mostly because a few people actually only pitched for 30 seconds to 60 seconds, and those few people sort of made it possible for others to get in the queue. So this was really marvelous. We also had a terrific audience tonight, and just listening to everybody pitching, the IQ that we just absorbed was just breathtaking, in my opinion. Some amazing pitches. So I want to thank all of you for that. Lastly, if there are anybody who would like to volunteer, you can say in the chat you are interested, or if you would like to write me an email at mark@venturestarters.com. It's really easy. I've even made a video of how to do the invites, you know, so that you can invite some of your first connections. I think that that's how we're going to bring fresh, new, interesting people to our network and into our community. And I really could use the help. It's less expensive than the way that I built our community, where I was buying advertisements to basically start this thing off. And I've invested a lot of money in creating this community. So if any of you would be willing to volunteer, it costs you nothing, just a little bit of time. And it's really geared for those that have first connections on LinkedIn. If you have a lot of first connections, that would be ideal, because then you can do this multiple weeks for us. I also think there's some really great topics that keep coming up that we just don't have enough time to spend on our normal every Wednesday event. So maybe in June, we'll carve out another day like we did a Saturday event a month or two ago, where I'd like to just talk about what investors are looking for and how you can improve your odds of success. And, there's other topics that I think you'll be able to learn. And we have great people who can help mentor and teach that are part of our community. And so, keep looking for the emails that I send or my team sends. Sorry, we send so many, but it's the only way we get people to, arrive on time or see and break through the clutter of all the other competing things going on. But I just want to say thank you all for being part of Venture Starters community. Thank you for attending tonight. Hopefully we'll see you next week. Keep in mind, next week is the last event in May. I'm going on vacation with my family until after Memorial Day, and we're looking forward. It'll only be a 1-week break, at least as far as Wednesdays go for the community. But thank you again. I'd love it if I could get everybody to just wave, actually. If you can all just turn on your cameras and wave to the camera. I can use these for promotional purposes, and I would really appreciate if you'll do just that. Of course, a smile will help along with the wave. Thank you all. Have a great week. Make it awesome. See you a week tonight.
Hey, Mark, could you put me in the early group?
One question, sir. Can someone please send me an individual copy of the chat?
Jason, this is how you can do it. There's 3 dots at the bottom.
No, I'm on my phone. I can't do it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Mark, could I join that early group that's going to be next week?
Yes.
The pitch. Okay. I put my hand up the last minute.
You gotta be there. You gotta be there 15 minutes ahead of time.
Otherwise, let me download emojis, but not chat.
I'll see you next week.
Actually, hold on a second. I gotta add a couple of names here. I don't have
Bruce Badeau.
Bruce, I need to add.
Thank you so much.
Okay. And
Alzheimer's
and
deal.
Sanjay, I don't believe I have. Sanjay, hold on here, Ben. Sorry, I think I caught everybody else. Yeah, I think I have everybody else that had been Elias.
Hey, Mark.
Barbara, of course, is in.
Hey, Mark, this is Thomas. I sent you an email. Have you had a chance to read my email?
No, I will catch up during my holiday.
Okay.
I'm so busy right now. Just so you guys know, the way that I help startups best is I literally buy ads targeting my personal network, and I go and find people through the ads on LinkedIn in the jobs portal to basically find who is needed to sort of accelerate companies. And so when Yanni was talking at the beginning of the program, he was referring to me basically putting forward these ad campaigns to find somebody who's going to help raise, I think it's $2 or $2.5 million. I forget the amount. But we found all stars. And so I got I had almost 400 candidates literally in 3 or 4 days. Those of you who know, I'll let Deborah come next week and tell you her success. But just as an example, for another one of the companies here in our community, I started to run ads on Monday, and right before the event started, we already had over 500 people that applied in 60 hours. of me advertising. And this is for essentially raising $20 million. And I can tell you that, you know, my model works because I only need one person out of 500 who with one phone call can make that magic happen, or already has the money, or is in, you know, has control over a fund. What I would just say to all of you is the same thing that I tell everybody who calls me, which is if you can add somebody to your team who has a family and friends network, and you can avoid pitching total strangers, and you can get warm introductions, that's the best way to make things happen. Whether you need money or your sales, you need, you know, the right talent to join your team. You know, the ability to have warm introductions and that in your model is indispensable and very valuable. Who your team knows is so important. It isn't just what you know, it's who you know. So if you're really great at what you know, but you don't have the who you know, add those people to your team. That's what Venture Starters is. I see Venture Starters as the place where if you invest enough time here, even though we're a beauty pageant per se, but if you invest enough time coming to enough events, you will eventually find people who will make those warm introductions and help you and get excited about what you're doing and help get you unstuck. But another way of doing this is to go on LinkedIn and buy ads in the jobs portal and find those people. For me, it's easy because my network is so amazing. And when I advertise just to my network, I get back all these amazing people. So if you're interested in learning more about that, you'd have to write me at mark@venturestarters.com, but that one costs money. Venture Starters is essentially free. So, you know, this is going to take longer probably to find the right people, but it is great. And we are absolutely finding opportunities for people. You'll hear about an $11 million investment for a lead investor probably within the next couple of sessions that came directly from Venture Starters. And we have lots more examples of successful both raising money and successes finding the right team. But one of the ways to expedite and accelerate what you're doing, which is more targeted, where you're not competing in a sense with 50 or 100 other founders all in the same event that are all basically trying to advance themselves, is to run these ads directly on LinkedIn and be the star of the campaign and have all eyes focused just on you and find those needles in the haystack, those 1 in 100, those 1 in 300, the 1 in 500. You can get 500 people to apply to the right ad, to the right audience. There's a high likelihood that you're going to find one person there that for them, it's easy. Whereas for you, it seems like a struggle to get unstuck. And I've been inviting a lot of people into our community who are very skilled that want to join startup teams. So my hope is that you're going to attract a lot of people here at this event, which is free. But if you need more sort of hands-on, a more direct, aggressive approach, and you can afford to buy ads, and it does cost a bunch, then send me an email and we can talk about how I might be able to help speed things up for you. But I didn't want to take too much time here on that. I'd love it if more people would volunteer to build the Venture Starters community and help spread the word. And please invite people and tell people all about us. And you guys all rock. I love the pitches tonight. To me, it's pure joy to be able to sit back and watch 60 or 70 people say something amazing in a 2-hour span, just back to back to back. Best 2 hours that I can think of spent invested in all of you. I love what I hear, and some of you are going to change the world. And my hope, my family's hope, is that by offering this for free, we're going to help unleash some of the big solutions the world needs. They're going to come right out of this community. And to me, that would bring so much joy to my family that we are helping to expedite and accelerate some of the great ideas that are here. And, you know, I just love every time we do this. Anyways, I hope to see you all next week. Thank you so very much. If anybody can get to Jason with the chat, I'm not going to be able to do it, but if there's anybody that needs help in that regard, hopefully somebody in the community can help. Thank you.
Got it. Got it. All good.
See you next week.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great week. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.